Hello everybody and welcome back to the Pokemon Heart Gold Randomizer Nuzlocke, and we're going into another tutorial. I've got a little bit of a confession to make, guys. This is the third time I'm starting this episode, and that's because the first two times my game crashed, and that's because the very simple reason that I was a little bit dumb and forgot that Heart Gold and Soul Silver actually have very good anti-piracy protection. And the first time around I actually figured, let's make it a little bit more quiet for me because I'm literally shouting into the microphone. The first time I actually figured that modern emulators probably have the built-in capacity to overrule that and I won't have to worry about it. And then I still had a black screen because Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, the farther you go into the game, you get more crashes and glitches and black screens and all that kind of bad stuff, which makes the game just pretty much unplayable. And some people say, well, you can mostly still save and reset the emulator and then you'll be able to continue from there, but that's not good for a Let's Play. So I can't do that. And then I found, oh yeah, there's a action replay code. There's a cheat code for disabling it, and then I applied that and I re-recorded the episode. Both times it was about like 10 to 15 minutes in where everything went to hell. Also throat things I can't talk about really. Probably because I've already pretty much recorded an entire episode, which never will go up because it's the first part of this episode, twice already. As you can tell, since I'm recording this again, that didn't work either. So now I have actually downloaded a ROM patcher, which should work. By all accounts, I think the emulators probably should have something like this included. And if not, the randomizer patch should probably disable the anti-piracy as well. It doesn't. Side effect being that I'm getting a way better Pokemon this time. The first time I caught a Burmy here. The second time I accidentally killed a Kadabra, which I didn't get. And now we're fighting a Toxicroak, which is actually way better, and I feel a little bit bad about it. I am actually thinking maybe we should just stay here until we get a Burmy again. But hey, I've been through quite a lot of annoyance over the past hour or so I'm going to get this Toxicroak. Assuming, of course, that I can catch it, because Toxicroak probably has a catch rate which isn't meant for no status effects and only Pokeballs this early in the game. So I might not be able to quite catch it, because as you'll probably soon find out, in the route above this one, Route 46, pay attention, don't kill the Toxicroak, we need it alive. Which doesn't make any sense, because by all accounts, a fainted Pokemon, they're not dead, they faint. They're just passed out. Should be easy, so no, don't attack. The second attempt I did, I actually remembered Route 46 is a thing, and I went in there and I ran into a Bastiodon. And Bastiodon doesn't have a catch rate, which is really cooperative for me. So I really hope that going over there will actually get me a less powerful Pokemon this time around. Also, how am I already halfway down my HP? If I die to this Toxicroak, the run's over. So please just stay in the ball. That would be very nice of you. Of course you didn't. I'm getting a little bit scared now. Poison Sting doesn't even affect me. We've got 3 balls left. If he doesn't stay in the 5th one, or this one, or the 4th one, I got attacked. And my computer is making sounds because of it. I'm very sorry about that. Having a fighting poison type is actually going to do wonders for our type coverage. It's going to be great. So I really want this Toxicroak. I don't know what I'm going to name it, but I'm probably not going to name it anything, because it seems like we're not going to be able to quite catch it. I mean, we've got 1 ball left. There's a really small chance that we still pull through here, but don't get your hopes up. It's not going to happen. You see, it's going to wiggle 3 times and then it's going to escape. 2, 3, or it isn't! Toxicroak, welcome to the team! I don't have a nickname theme yet. I didn't get to nickname any Pokemon in my second attempt. and I didn't establish a theme in the first attempt. Not a proper one, anyway. Toxic Rogue is going to be... Huh. I'm not good with nicknames, especially when I don't have a theme. When I have a theme, I usually end up being able to give them nicknames somewhat properly, but Toxic Rogue is a fighting frog. I mean, he is a Ninja Turtle, essentially. I just don't know how to spell any of the Ninja Turtle names. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google on my phone and Google Ninja Turtles. I know the names, I just don't know how to spell. And then I go to Wikipedia, I suppose. Main characters, Leonardo, Machiavelli, yeah, that's not gonna fit. Donatello or Raphael. I'm gonna go with Donatello because... Actually, is there a purple one? Let me... Oh, the controller, stay. I'm sorry for sticking on this naming screen for so long. Wait a second. They all have red? I thought they all had their own color. Like the Power Rangers. Apparently not. Donatello it is. D-O... I also figured out why I have such a hard time finding letters on this, for lack of a better word, keyboard. It's because it's alphabetical and not QWERTY. I don't know where anything is, because whoever uses a keyboard in... Is that right? That's right, yeah. With alphabetical distribution, it just doesn't happen. I'm a little bit scared, to be honest, to go through the rest of this route, which he only has 2 HP. Okay, Donatello, you're a... Astonish, Mud Slap. We already have a Mud Slap and Poison Sting. Not a great moveset, but... could be worse. Let's say... You're gonna be a real good physical attacker, aren't you? When we heal you up and start switch training you. Until then, you're pretty useless. And I don't want anything... We don't have any balls anymore, so don't go to Route 46. That's the most important thing right now. We're going to catch a lot of Pokemon in this episode, because that's everything we can do for the time being. And then, probably between episodes, I'll grind everybody up to at least the same level. The level that my highest Pokemon, Grumpy, is at the end of this episode will be the level everybody else is at the start of the next episode. Just so that everybody is equal, and of course Grumpy is going to be more powerful because it's fully evolved. Of course Toxic Rogue, Donatello, also is fully evolved, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to fight anything because I'm scared. I don't know how I lost that much HP against a Toxic Rogue, which by all accounts shouldn't be able to do much against me because its most powerful move, Poison Sting, at least I think it would be its most powerful. It's a Blastoise. I have not seen it on this route yet. I would have very much liked a Blastoise. I was gonna say it's gonna give good experience. I want to stick and fight, but then I remembered I'm part Rock type. Maybe don't do that. I don't remember if Steel resists water. I doubt Blastoise at level 3 even has a water type move anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. I gotta remember, the fact that I'm running into fully evolved Pokemon doesn't mean they will actually behave like fully evolved Pokemon, if that makes any sense. They certainly have the stats, but they don't have the moveset you'd be used to, because at the moment you become a Blastoise, you certainly have a water type move. But if you are a Blastoise at level 3, I don't think you have a water type move yet. So let's buy some Pokeballs and some potions here, because I've done that for like 3 times. Oh yeah, I need to... Another thing I have done 2 times before I need to do again go into the options menu and set the attack speed to fast, because it's going to annoy me a lot throughout the rest of this playthrough. I'm going to spend all of the money on potions. I'm not going to potion spam. I don't have any like particular rules in place against it for this Nuzlocke, but I'll just try to avoid poison spamming. That's not true. If I get toxic and I can toxic stall somebody, I'm going to do it. Potion spamming, I'm not going to do that when I can help it. If it helps me survive, I definitely will. But if switching out into a different Pokemon is an option, I will preferably do that, because it's just way more interesting. Also, I figured out that frame number 16 is hideous, so we're going to go with that one. Alright, we can't get the old rod yet, but we can go back to Route 46 and catch something. Disclaimer, if we run into Bastiodon there again, I'm not gonna even attempt catching it, because I threw 5 balls at it and I didn't even get close to staying in. That being said, I know Toxicroak stayed in after 5, or with the 5th. But Bastiodon, Toxicroak is a really good addition to the team because of its type coverage. Bastiodon is literally the same type as Grumpy, as Aggro. So I don't think it'll be that useful to add. And frankly, I don't want to waste the Pokeballs I have without any more money on a Pokemon that I don't really want anyway. I'd rather have the experience from a Bastiodon. That being said, there's plenty of other Pokemon in here probably, so let's try and figure something out here. It's not a Bastiodon, which just means free experience. I'm not gonna try and catch this. Tell you what, I'm gonna throw one Pokeball at it. I will get it down to low HP. He protects. Now it can Mud Slap. Unless it's crit, of course. Is that gonna be a 2-hit? Min-maxing might be... Okay, I'll leave it up to fate. How does that sound? I'll leave it up to fate. If this Bastiodon survives, I'm going to attempt capturing it with 2 balls out of the 10 I caught. But it didn't survive, so I just get some free experience. Which I am totally fine with. Let's move on. If I get into an encounter with a useful Pokemon now, I'm going to be... No, it's just a Bastiodon. Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to, for the time being at least, attack many wild Pokemon. For the sole reason of I don't want to get overleveled and kill every wild Pokemon we run into. Because at that point, we can't catch anything. And I've had that happen in the past where I only have either Pokemon that are too weak or too strong to catch wild Pokemon. And I don't want that because that's really bad in a Nuzlocke. In a normal run, it's not that bad because you can just do a little bit of trickery, let a couple of your weaker Pokemon die in succession, and capture a Pokemon that way. And then just send out your most powerful Pokemon as a wall until the wild Pokemon sticks. You can't do that in a Nuzlocke. So I don't want to overlevel too much yet. I mean, I will want to overlevel. At least be in a decent level when I get a couple of Pokemon going. But it's a Skiploom! It's the most useless piece of grass type Pokemon you can imagine. At least it's a type coverage, right? At least it's a grass Pokemon. It's going to die to a tackle. It's going to die. It didn't die. It's got synthesis. This is gonna take a while. I hope you guys are comfortable because we're not going anywhere anytime soon. It's only got synthesis. Does it legitimately only have synthesis at level 2? That's a pretty good move to have at level 2, to be honest. You also have Splash. It's considerably less useful than synthesis. This is gonna be a little bit difficult to grind. I mean, it's going to be switch training. I don't know when it evolves into Jumpluff. It's going to stick, because it's a useless piece of crap. Skiploom. Let's see, what's its evolutionary chain as far as the levels go? Yeah, common weak Pokemon, I know. Evolution. Bulbapedia, where's your evolution? At least I don't have to bother with Hoppip. That's something. Level 27! Does it learn any useful moves by level up? At level 4 it should get Synthesis, not level 2. Oh, it also gets it at level 1, of course. It doesn't get Tackle until level 10. Wow. And then it gets Poison Powder, which admittedly could be useful. Sunspore, which is going to be very... Sleep Powder, okay, now this is going to be absolutely amazing to have on the team. Bullet Seed, Leech Seed... And maybe I want to have it evolve at level 29, because at level 28 it learns Mega Drain. Which could be nice to have, because it'll probably learn at like level 30 or 32 as a skip learn. I'll see that when the time comes, if it even is alive at that point. I'm gonna call you Sneeze, because you're literally like... You make people sneeze. Hay fever is annoying. Yeah, I'm not going with a with a theme here. Wait a second. I'm not really in the right mindset for this today, apparently. Sneezes with a Z. Okay. I needed to make sure. I was like, it's with a Z, right? It's with a Z. Yes, it is. Otherwise it would be Sneeze. Which sounds a lot less unpleasant, to be honest, a sneeze. Rather than a sneeze. Which is probably why it's with a Z, because sneezing... That's not true. Sneezing is not an unpleasant thing. Out of all the, like, involuntary reactions from your body, because, like, things like coughing and sneezing, that's the only two, really. I mean, you could say, like, wheezing, hyperventilating, that kind of stuff also counts, but let's just say that sneezing is a lot more... I wouldn't say it's fun to do, but it's a lot more satisfying than coughing. Coughing is just... Also, I got a drowsy my first time going through this route, and then my game froze. At this point, I am going to kill a couple of Pokemon, just because I want to be around level 10-ish. Because I want Sneeze to be able to actually attack things. Sneeze is not going to survive. Sneeze is not going to be useful in the first gym, like, at all. It's going to be other crap. Second gym, exactly the same. By the third gym, it's not going to be alive. I mean, I'm going to try to keep it alive, but I'm just being honest with you guys. It's not going to be alive to make it to the point where it could potentially be useful. I haven't played Johto in a while. I'm very confused about the map layout here. Oh, we could have had a Manectric, which would have been so much better. No, Sneeze is going to be very useful for catching Pokemon in the future. Manectric is going to be very useful for giving us experience right now. I probably should be switch training, now that I think about it, already, because I'm already rather high leveled, and both Sneeze and Donatello aren't. They're at the same level as the wild Pokemon. And this Manectric is going to give me a lot of experience, because... Is Mud Slap a special move? I need to know now. It most certainly has to be, right? Yeah, because it's doing no damage whatsoever. Also, it's got 20 base power, that explains a lot. So maybe... It's not even stab, right? So even if it's super effective, that's only 40. And I would hazard a guess that Headbutt is either 40 or 60. If it's 60, there's literally never any reason to use Mud Slap. Headbutt. It's 70! And it's physical. Yeah, Mud Slap is literally useless. There's no reason at all for any of these three moves other than Headbutt. Headbutt? What even is wrong with my... Other than Headbutt to be used. it's the most powerful move it has. I mean, other than, of course, the rare occasion where I'm catching Pokemon and I want to deal less damage. Trainer battles. Oh, switch training. I just literally just mentioned it a moment ago. Okay, this is potentially scary. But we just learned Headbutt is very powerful, so let's start with that. I am twice your level, so I might be able to one-hit KO you. Low Kick is very underwhelming, because I am level 8 and I have a physical defense close to 40, so even a quad effective move isn't going to do that much, all things considered. It might weaken me for... Apparently, the ROM hasn't been fixed. Because this, if you couldn't tell, was part of the game. So let's try to save and reload. And between episodes, I'll try to fix it again. If I can. Because, frankly, I spent an hour on this layout. I don't want to make a new one for a different game. It just don't feel like it. I would rather spend 2 hours trying to figure out this game. Also, I haven't played Hard Gold in a while, so I really just... I want to play this game. Game Freak. Nintendo. Don't do this to me. I just want to play your game. And I would gladly do it on a physical cartridge, but I can't because I want to do it with a randomizing patch. Well, that worked for the time being. And I forgot to switch training because of the glitch. Well, at least you've got 2 Pokemon, and the first of which is a Miltank. Oh, every trainer is also randomized. I almost forgot. The matchup didn't make any sense because that was supposed to be youngster Joey, right? Okay. That did a lot more damage than I thought it would. That's not true. I know Miltank is bulky, but I'm 4 times its level. That should have killed it by all accounts. So what is your second Pokemon going to be? A Grimer? The question now is, who is more important to grind up early game? Sneeze or Donatello? Because Sneeze, frankly, is going to die anyway. It's not really going to matter because I have to switch train both anyway. And if I get Donatello to a level where it can be used for switch training, I can alternate between Grumpy and Donatello when I'm switch training Sneeze. So Donatello is the first priority here. You see, I do have some kind of logic behind my decision sometimes. What level is this Grimer? I might actually be able to Mud Slap you. Maybe I don't even need Grumpy here. Yeah, that's not doing a lot of damage. Because, as we just figured out, Mud Slap is a really, really bad move. You're going to get a really high physical defense, which means there's even less reason to switch into Grumpy, or I need to do it now and finish him. Let's actually compare stats here, just in case. Physical attack 12 compared to physical attack 20 and special attack 14, but I needed to know your special attack actually. No, summary, special attack 10. Yeah, there's no reason for me to stay in with Donatello, other than the fact that if he gets off a lot of... But even then, if he gets off a lot of hardens, it's still better to Mud Slap him with Grumpy than it is with Donatello. So I'm just going to headbutt you and hope that that does a lot of damage. It's probably not going to kill with a +2 defense. But it flinches. I forgot that headbutt can flinch. That saved me a lot of... Well, it wouldn't have killed me because the Grimer couldn't do anything against me probably. But it saved me a lot of time, which is valuable because we're already 25 minutes into this episode. And I would like to make it to the next town, or at least to the cave on the north of this route to catch yet another Pokemon. Talking about which, let's switch Donatello and Grumpy so I can switch train Donatello a little bit. I'm not gonna be annoying about it and skip all the trainers just because I want to get to the cave as quickly as possible. I'll probably go through these trainers rather quickly anyway, because I have Donatello, I switch into Grumpy, I kill him. For a moment my mind went, oh, unknown, there's nothing it can do against me. And then I realized, oh, it's Psychic type. And then I realized, oh, it's only got hidden power, so it probably doesn't have a Psychic type move. And I've got a Ghost type move, which... No, Ghost is not super effective against... I need to test this out now. It's not super effective, right? It's super effective. Hidden power. This could be bad. I'm gonna be honest, if Donatello dies, that's on me. As a matter of fact, it apparently was a good decision to stay in with Donatello, because that only did 1 HP damage. Hidden power isn't that good a move to begin with. I mean, I know it's run in some competitive builds because of type coverage, but it's literally only because of type coverage. It's not because it's a good move. It's kind of bad. And it's annoying to get the right one with IVs and... Okay, is there anything we can do against you? I mean, we can try to poison you with Poison Sting. That's a thing we could do. Or we could just switch out. I think the wise thing to do is switch out into Grumpy. Unless this thing has like Earthquake or Mud Slap. It doesn't have Earthquake, it's level 3. It's got Leer. I can take a couple of those because again, I've got a really high physical defense. Okay, let me think. This is a rare case where Mud Slap's actually gonna do more damage because it resists, which makes this 35. And it's weak to this, which means it's going to be 40. So Mud Slap is going to do more damage. The thing is, it's just a little difference, and my physical attack is already considerably higher than my special attack. So I think even with that, Headbutt might even do more. It did roughly the same. It doesn't matter. Let's just use Mud Slap because might as well waste that PP on a bad move for 1 HP or 2 HP rather than on Headbutt, which is actually a good move, a really good move to have this early in the game, and a really good move in general. And actually, well, it doesn't really matter. Because we can Headbutt certain trees to get Pokemon encounters, but I think there's no trees in like places where you can't get... Maybe in some towns we can get Pokemon where we otherwise couldn't get them before. I don't know. Maybe. Possibly. Probably not. Maybe. Don't save my money. I need my money for like Pokeballs and potions and stuff. Sorry. No. Don't save my money. I'm an adult now. Route 31. We can catch another Pokemon here. I did not know that there was another route here. I just thought this was one big route. That's really good news for me. And that's less good news for me because that's going to be really difficult to catch. That being said, if I catch it, I will have yet another Steel type, but I'll also have a Psychic type, and it will be a Metagross at some point, and at least it's not a Beldum. It doesn't have any... It's going to kill itself before I can catch it. Oh no. That's gonna be bad. It's got really good defenses though. It's got Confusion. I need this. I need him. Confusion is going to help me so much. Why didn't you use Confusion against Toxicroak but wanted to use Takedown? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you use Confusion on Grumpy instead of Toxic? You know what? I mean, I'm not complaining. You're special. You're gonna get the Brimable. You're gonna stay in it. First try, even though you still have like a 3rd HP left. Well, more like a 4th. See, 1 is no big deal. I've got plenty of balls left for you. You can take down. You're gonna lose some of your own HP. That's fine. It's just 1 HP. You can do that a couple of times before you die. And by that time, you'll be part of the team. Let's start thinking about a nickname now, rather than when I've caught it. How about that? You see? 2. I've still got plenty of time. It's going to do 3 wiggle things and then it's going to stay the time after that. So it's literally like a metal piece of psychic junk stuff. I really need a theme. I really should have thought about a theme. I'm just gonna chuck balls at its face. That sounds wrong. Until it stays. Don't do that, people. Don't chuck balls at people's faces until they stay. It also has Metal Claw. I need this in my life. It's got a really good moveset. And it's a really good Pokemon. And I'm going to have to use a potion soon. I'm actually going to use a potion on this turn. Because I don't trust anything. Are you in the red yet? You're not in the red yet. Let me use it. I'm using a potion against a wild Pokemon. I want you to know, I am 5 levels higher than this thing. I did already have some pre-existing damage, granted, but I am 5 levels higher than this thing. It's a wild Pokemon, and I need to use a potion against it. Mostly because I am choosing not to kill it because I want to catch it. Yeah, but still. It shows how strong this Metang is. I don't think I'll be able to catch it. That's the thing though. I've only got a couple of balls left and it's not even gotten close to staying. You see, it keeps escaping. And that's not good. Is there anything I can do? I just want to stall for him to use more takedown. I don't know how to do that other than using Pokeballs, but I don't have a lot of those, so... Maybe it's best to save some Pokeballs for another encounter at this point. Because I'm not gonna catch this Metang. And now I'm confused. Maybe a tackle wouldn't kill it at this point, but if it uses takedown as well as me tackling it, it's definitely gonna be dead. Use one more takedown, please. Why are you using confusion? It's not very effective. I mean, granted, okay, this is the last ball. If you don't stay and you won't, I'm just gonna kill you and you're gonna be good experience. Okay, you just sealed your own fate. You could have come with us, you could have lived, but now we will murder you. Oh, of course, I'm confused. This is going to be an issue. It's luckily not going to be an issue. At least it's a good amount of experience, right? 43. Ooh, that's good, considering that it's 2 Pokemon getting 43 experience each. So what else could I have caught in here? Show me. A Mamoswine. I also would not have been able to catch that, probably. Do I have a fighting type move yet? I do not. It's going to be good experience once again though. This is going to be a really good spot for grinding. And I approve. You see, that makes sense. Using Pack against Toxicroak. Yeah, that was a bad idea. I don't know why I figured that would be a good idea. It just wouldn't be. Unless you resist Headbutt, but I don't think Ice does. Oh, it definitely doesn't. It really doesn't like being headbutted with like the spikes stuff. Donatello is doing very well as far as levels go so far. So I might actually already switch to Sneeze soon. If you're a Great Ball, I'm going to go into the cave. You're not a Great Ball, thank God. Because I didn't want to go into the cave with just one Great Ball. I will come back to that cave. Probably next episode, because we're already 35 minutes in. Yeah, I wanted to make it to the next town and get some more Pokeballs and all that kind of good stuff, but this route is a lot longer than I remember it being. So until the next time, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you've enjoyed this video. And there's a lot more on the channel and stuff. Next time, I hope we actually have a fixed ROM, because I don't know what's wrong anymore. I might actually just try a different emulator. I don't know if I can migrate my save to a different emulator easily though, so I might have to try around a couple of different things. I'll figure that out between episodes though. Till next time, bye.